Hey guys, this is Alex from 4C Trading, and currently I'm in a process of just waiting if Bitcoin is going to react to our short, or will it just go and pop and do the first scenario that we drawn. So you can see right now it's at 39,400. So yeah, just waiting if that's gonna happen. You know, we go in for the first one, so I'm not gonna be taking any BTC slash BTC contract trades today, but I will be taking some of the USDT one, right? And I'm really eyeing at the moment BitShares, right? I haven't traded BitShares this year just yet, but I do think they have quite an interesting structure that even occurred in this September 2020, right? So this is a pretty interesting structure. It doesn't go too well back. It goes only back to like February, and I'm sure there's a lot bigger charts in somewhere else on the, any other exchange. But I don't really need any of that yet because I have all of this, that what I really am looking for. I got it right here. So yeah, a little bit about it, right? So technically speaking, we have tested quite the left side, right? We have tested quite the left side, and I'm pretty sure it went in some exchanges, there was a reasoning why it stopped up here, right? But this is not really what I'm focusing on today. We have created a new high from this standoff point, and after we created that new high on standoff point, we actually reacted from the bottom of it as well. And let me put a line here. So you can see that we actually, when we come down after creating a new high, we have reacted from the previous low and actually managed to hold it, and then slowly started to move higher, right? And now you can see already where I'm gonna go with this, because by doing that, we have now started to create sort of an area in this case, which can be seen on 4 hours, and I'm pretty sure we can be able to spot it even better on daily. And as if I just switch over daily, some of you people might have spotted it already, but if not, I will show it myself as well. So yes, the area that we have made right here is located right here, and it's a little bit of a fatter one because you do have to cover all of this combined. As you can see, right, you do have to cover with this left structure right here, the structure that reacted from the bottom, coming up from the bottom, and then over the top reacted from it as well. And again, you have the structure that came up again, reacted from the bottom and from the top, and also moved on. So this, as you can see, it's a pretty nice area. Now you have a couple of conjunctions here, right? And this is what I'm really meant when I was saying that we don't really need any other chart or from any other exchange that would be bigger, because all of the information you just need for you to know where this coin is actually heading is already given on Binance chart. And some of this information is a little bit different than what we usually do, but yes, it is still a very good information. So now before we indulge into trade, and I mean frankly we can already indulge in, and we will explain a little bit more about the profit takes later on. You already know that I'm gonna be taking this trade right here, and in this case we have already also tested the area, but we haven't moved a lot from it. So the overall strategy for this trade is I'm going to be taking it right here with one buy. I'm going to be already buying one buy here, and this one buy is going to be seen here. And again, all of the prices can be seen on the left side. So my first buy is going to start already here at 2.2515, right? So that's like 2 cents and something. My first buy is going to be starting here, and then I'm going to start buying in the box as well. So I'm going to be doing like a 0.2% buy really ahead of it, so that I'm filled for sure in case if it starts moving right now. And then I'll do some of the other buys lower in the area. And in this case, because we have already moved outside of the box, I really don't want to be retesting any more of these areas down below. So what I'm going to be doing this time around, I'm not going to be placing my stop loss under the box, but this time I'm going to be placing my stop under this weeks right here, which is going to make it a lot smaller than what we usually intended. So it's going to make it 7% compared to, usual 13 or 15% that we will be seeing in a fat area like this. So yes, by doing this logic right now, I have managed to cut my stop loss basically in half, which also thinks in this logic we should also be cutting this sort of area that we are seeing right here on half as well, because we do not really want to see price to go any lower than this, right? So you can already see that we are currently buying in a small area of this. Even though it's not the most optimal high time frame area, it's still a really good one, right? And this area, as I already said, starts from 2.5 and goes all the way down to 2.4. and the stop loss in this case is located on 2.2, right? So now going a little bit, we have to jump a little bit over to higher time frames as well to sort of analyze where are we going to set our profit takes. And yes, some of the profit takes, it can be really well seen by here on lower time frames. We really can see well those resistances, but there's actually a bigger logic to what happened here, right? So if you look at this, we always had wicks, right? We always had wicks, and we rarely have any of those wicks, rarely any daily closes above certain areas. And if I take this line right here and I've actually tagged this certain area that we always had issues of, you know, closing over it, and scroll out a little bit, we will see that there's actually this area was the one that attacked this sort of a structure. And I always see, ever since we, you know, wicked into this structure, we always manage to close underneath it. So this actually now gives us a very good confluence for where should our first profit target really be, because this is obviously a very heavy area where a bunch of sellers are selling their, you know, tokens. So basically a lot of the whales are attacking, or should I say are selling their tokens in this certain area, and thus, you know, prices having issues of going down. Now I know your argument right now could be possibly be said, but well, you know, they're already drained the liquidity twice, so what makes you so sure that we won't be, you know, breaking now and we should be taking our second or first profit target higher? Where the simple logic is like this: you actually don't know, right? You don't know at the end of the day if price is gonna go past this point. So for you, the safest point is to assume that you're gonna be rejecting this line again. And if you see from this, right, if you hold this area, the next point of test, and let me first delete this yellow line so I don't, because we don't need them anymore. If we hold this area, the first point of test is going to be here, and you're going to be here met with resistance or sell pressure again before you can go higher. So thus, this is going to be our first and most optimal profit take right now. And in this case, because our stop loss is so small, our first profit take is really juicy, to be honest, with 3.5R or 25% on the entire coin move, or 320, right? Now, speaking of what, we now have to be looking for a second profit take. And a second profit take, you already guessed it because I've already made a line about it. You can see where we actually went above it and where we gained something to the left side again, where we made a new high that actually then went down and held this position right down here, which made, you know, higher low as well. So now this is going to be a perfect position for us to take another profit take right here. And you can see that it really gets interesting on a second profit take, because this profit take then spans all around to 64%, 3.9 or almost 9R, and this is really what you want to be seeing on a coin like this. Now this would typically be the last profit take I would take on a coin like this, because I do think, you know, after even seeing these wicks before, I do see there heavy sell pressures whenever you pop on it, right? So but that normally, what does it mean? It means that it's most likely when it's gonna come to this area, it's not gonna blow it. It's most likely just going to retrace and give you another fill round, right? And again, even if you look at this structure sort of here, you know, when you first went and blew through the area, look how you returned just a little bit on it and had a refill point. So even though I would be here, in this case, I would be selling my coins a little bit early, I would still be able to buy my coins back at a much lower pace than what I initially sold. So you can see that not only would I be, yes, I would be taking faster profits, making less of a profits, but still at the end of the day I would still be doing better than somebody that just is holding that current coin. You know, just by actively trading that coin, I would end up with more profits than everyone else. And this is how I basically see the same thing happening right here. If I'm going to crack open this one on the second try, because we already tested here once, right? If I'm going to open this sort of resistance on a second try in this case, I might even pop a little bit above it, but I'm most likely going to certainly end underneath it and test something from this side as well, which in this case will be giving me another possible buy. Now in this case, because we are in bull market, it's always good to leave a runner as well. So you can leave a 10% on the table and go for a runner. And in this case, if you are going to do something like this, you have to zoom in a little bit here to kind of really see where the resistance is being held, and I will be seeing that it's around this position right here. So yes, if you are indeed going to keep a runner on this one, you can do it right here. But this one, like I already said, it's a little bit of a stretch, but you know, it's not the craziest profit take we ever had. We definitely had bigger than 120%, and in this case for a runner it will be 120%. or 0.53 or 16 or almost, should I say, almost 17 hours. So you can see it really turns out well. But again, you will most likely have refill spots unless you're gonna get some crazy pumps like here happen, and this pump was actually in a couple of days and it was 140%. Well, yeah, 140%. So it's definitely possible to do it again, right? I'm not excluding that as well. So yes, guys, I do hope you liked the video. Please do share it with your friends, you know, tell us what you think about it. Comment down below. Join us at 34C community channel where we discuss stuff like this, Bitcoin analysis, and all of the things that help you in trading. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next one.